Hi everyone. Now we are going to discuss one important topic from this chapter, that is refraction. We know that light travels in a straight line, right? But sometime the light will change its direction. We are going to discuss about that. The topic is refraction. Here there are two medium. What do you mean by a medium? When light is traveling through water, water is medium. When light is traveling through air, air is the medium. So there are two medium 1 and medium 2. When light is traveling from medium 1 to medium 2, the light is changing its medium, right? If the light is traveling from air to water, if the light is traveling from water to air, there will be a change in direction of light. Here the light is traveling from medium 1 to medium 2. Here it is the surface. Here you can see a light ray. This light ray is passing from medium 1 to medium 2, right? When it is passing from medium 1 to medium 2, there will be a change in direction. Here you can see a normal which is perpendicular to the surface. This is called normal, it is perpendicular to the surface. And when the light is traveling from one medium to another medium, there will be a change in the direction. You can see the change in the direction. This phenomenon is known as refraction. The actual path of light is this, in a straight line, but after this point the light has been changed its direction. This phenomenon is known as refraction. There are two types of refraction. One is rarer medium, when the light is traveling from rarer medium to denser medium. Here density means optical density. When the light is traveling from rarer medium to denser medium, what is going to happen? And when the light is traveling from denser medium to rarer medium, what is going to happen? We are going to discuss that. For example, air is rarer medium, water is denser medium. When we are comparing these two medium, air is rarer medium, water is denser medium. Density means here it is optical density. The light is traveling from rarer medium to denser medium. It is known as incident ray. This light ray is known as incident ray, and this one is normal. This perpendicular ray is normal. When the light is traveling from rarer medium to denser medium, there will be change in direction of light. But this direction will be towards the normal. The light is deviating towards the normal. This phenomenon is known as refraction. When the light is traveling from rarer medium to denser medium, the deviation will be towards the normal. The deviation will be towards the normal. It is a normal. The deviation will be towards the normal. Now we can discuss the refraction when the light is traveling from denser medium to rarer medium. It is denser medium now, and this one is rarer medium. When the light is traveling from denser medium to rarer medium, here this ray is known as incident ray, and this perpendicular line is normal. Here you can see normal also. When the light is traveling from denser medium to rarer medium, light is traveling from denser medium to rarer medium, what is going to happen? The light will deviate away from the normal. Here you can see the light is deviating away from the normal. It is also refraction. The refraction from when the light is traveling from denser medium to rarer medium, the light ray will deviate away from the normal. Now we can write the explanation. First we can define refraction. It is a phenomenon of bending of light when it is traveling from one medium to the other medium. If the light is traveling from denser medium to rarer medium, light will bend towards normal. If light is traveling from rarer medium to denser medium, it will bend away from the normal. These are the two situations. These are the two types of refraction: denser medium to rarer medium to denser medium. Hi everyone. Now we are going to discuss some important topic from this chapter: light, reflection and refraction. In this class, we are going to discuss refraction through rectangular glass slab, laws of refraction and refractive index. These topics are very important in the exam point of view. Rectangular glass slab. Here you can see glass slab. It is a glass slab. We are going to transmit light through this glass slab, and we are going to observe what is the path of the light ray. Here you can see a rectangular glass slab. It is a rectangular glass slab. When light is striking on the surface of glass slab, what is going to happen? Now the light is in air. When light is transmitting from air to glass, there will be change in direction. First we are drawing the perpendicular. It is a perpendicular here. This ray is known as incident ray. This one is normal. Now the light is transmitting from air to glass, right? Rarer medium to denser medium. What is going to happen? when light is traveling from rarer medium to denser medium, the refraction will be, the deviation will be towards the normal. The bending will be towards the normal. Here you can see the bending is towards normal. Here we are going to draw the normal here. After that, the light is transmitting from glass to air. Now the light is in the glass. From glass, the light is going to transmit, light is going to travel from glass to air. What is going to happen? The refraction will be away from the normal. Here you can see it is away from the normal, right? The actual path of light should be this, right? But the real path is changed. After refraction, when the emergent ray is coming out, there is a small displacement between these two rays. It is the actual, if there is no glass prism, the light will be traveling in this way, right? There is a small shift from the original path, right? This shift is known as lateral shift. Here we are going to mark some of the angles. This angle is angle of incidence. This angle is angle of incidence, which is represented by I1. And this angle is angle of refraction, represented by the letter R1. Angle of refraction R1. And this angle is known as it is incident ray here. When in the inside the glass, this ray is incident ray. So this one is angle of incidence, which we can represent by the letter I2. I2 it is angle of incidence, and this last angle is angle of emergence E. Now you got an idea about refraction. Now we are going to discuss some of the rules, some of the laws related to refraction. Now we are going to discuss law of refraction. It is a surface, right? And it is a separation between two medium 1 and medium 2. When light is transmitting from medium 1 to medium 2, there will be change in the direction, right? Because the medium is changing. When the medium is changing, there will be change in the direction of the path. Here we are drawing the normal, and there will be change in the direction of path, right? This angle is angle of incidence I, and this angle is angle of refraction R. This angle of incidence and angle of refraction, we already marked that. This incident ray, this ray is known as incident ray, and this one is refracted ray, incident ray and refracted ray, and normal. These three lie in a same plane, right? That is the first law of refraction. If we are getting a paper, we can draw all these lines. We can draw incident ray, we can draw the same paper normal, and we can draw refracted ray. It is known as law of refraction. Incident ray, refracted ray and normal all lie in a same plane. We can use a single paper, single plane to represent incident ray, normal and refracted ray. Now we can discuss second law of refraction. There is a separation between medium 1 and medium 2, and this one is incident ray. Here there is a normal, and this one is refracted ray. So there are incident ray, normal and refracted ray. This angle is angle of incidence, and this angle is angle of refraction. Here you can see angle of incidence and angle of refraction. We are taking the sine of angle of incidence and sine of angle of refraction, sine theta, sine I and sine R. We are taking sine of angle of incidence and sine of angle of refraction, and we are taking the ratio. Ratio means division. Sine I divided by sine R, it will be a constant. That is second rule. If you are taking the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to sine of angle of refraction is a constant for the light of given color and given pair of media. It is known as first law of refraction. It is also known as Snell's law of refraction. So we can write the mathematical representation of this law. It is sine I by sine R equal to constant. Now we can discuss refractive index. What do you mean by refractive index? Different medium is having different refractive index. First we can discuss the refraction. It is medium 1 and medium 2. It is medium 1 and medium 2. When light is traveling from medium 1 to medium 2, there will be change in the path. It is incident ray and this one is normal. This incident ray is having a velocity, right? Incident ray is having a velocity. That velocity is v1. So here the velocity of incident ray is v1 and velocity of refracted ray is v2. Here you can see refracted ray and the velocity is v2. Reason for refraction is change in velocity. The velocity of light in different medium will be different. That is the reason for refraction. If we are taking the ratio of this velocity, we will get refractive index. For example, here the velocity of light in medium 1 is v1. The velocity of light in medium 2 is v2. So first we are discussing the refractive index of medium 2 with respect to 1. Refractive index. N21 is refractive index of medium 2 with respect to 1. To find that value, we need to take the ratio of velocity. N12 means it is a refractive index of medium 1 with respect to 2. For these two, we need to find the ratio of velocity. But in that ratio, there is a difference. N21 will be V1 by V2. N21 means V1 by V2. N12 it will be V2 by V1. First we can write N21. N21 means refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. So we need to take velocity of light in first medium by velocity of light in second medium, just opposite. N21 is refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. When we are taking the ratio, we need to take the velocity of light in first medium first, velocity of light in first medium by velocity of light in second medium, N21. It is V1 by V2, that is refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. And what about N12? It will be N12 is refractive index of first medium with respect to second medium. So we need to take velocity of light in second medium divided by velocity of light in first medium, means it will be V2 by V1. Using these relations, we can find refractive index of different medium. Now we are going to define absolute refractive index. How we can define absolute refractive index? How we can find the refractive index of a particular medium? We are considering that medium. Light is traveling from vacuum to that medium 1. Then what is going to happen? What will be the relation? We are going to discuss that. Here you can see medium 1. We are changing this medium 1. We are going to change this medium 1 and we are changing this medium 1 and we are bringing vacuum. Instead of medium 1, we are using vacuum, right? When light is traveling, when light is transmitting from vacuum to medium, the velocity, what will be the velocity of light in vacuum? What is the velocity of light in vacuum? We are changing that also. It is c. The velocity of light in vacuum is c and the velocity v. Here it is velocity v and medium is simply it is medium 1. We are not mentioning medium 1, it is medium. How we can find the refractive index of this medium? Absolute refractive index of medium is equal to velocity of light in first medium divided by second medium, means c by v. Now we can define refractive index. N equal to c by v is our equation. Now we are going to define refractive index, absolute refractive index. Refractive index. The refractive index of transparent medium is ratio of speed of light in vacuum to that in medium.